So I realized men have a very, very, massive similarity to diapers.
Men in diapers?
Men in diapers.
Men and diapers have similarities.
Men are very similar to diapers.
Okay.
They're required for raising a child, but as soon as anyone in that room thinks that might be full of shit, they immediately become disposable.
Good one, Sodie.
Thanks, man.
Super good. Dog, settle down. I know it was a good one. The Second Office. It's another episode. I'm your host, Alec George. What? With me, as always, my friends Dog and Sodie. What's up, guys?
What's happening?
What's going on? Sodie. Been a crazy week, Minnesota land. Sports-wise, specifically. How's it been for you?
I've said the term Game 1, Timberwolves, Western Conference Finals, and just had to remind myself I'm here for it. I'm alive for it. I'm watching it tonight. Our team.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you been able to enjoy it and kind of take a step back and enjoy it?
You know what? Luckily,
because during the game, I'm an absolute wreck and my wife's yelling at me.
if it wasn't for this show, I don't think I would watch it the same way.
Oh. Nice, Dog.
Relax. It's gay.
Yeah.
But, hey, don't bark at me. But, no, honestly, it's one of those things that I think if we didn't have the show and I wasn't forced to talk about it, I wouldn't allow myself to fall in love with it as much as I have.
And are you happier for
It's
it?
kind of like last Viking season.
Are
I
you
almost wanted to
happier for
wash it away,
Sure.
but I couldn't because I'm like, I want to see what happens. I want to see what develops. And this has been the most fun free agency I've had in probably 10 years because now we got a quarterback of the future. But this Timberwolves team.
Off season? You said free agency. Off season.
Well, we had free agency, didn't we?
I read you.
It happened.
We did.
Yeah. That's cool, man. But, no, I think what I'm allowing myself to do is take a longer, more thorough, hard look at this franchise and really, truly realize the incredible feat that they've accomplished.
Yeah.
They went from the losingest franchise, and they might still be like
Not
bottom
anymore.
three.
Nope, not anymore. Well, okay. Well, sure, dude. They're bottom 3 still.
But that's what I love.
It was
I
them.
wish,
It was them and the Buccaneers.
I wish we were doing this while we were still the number 1 losingest. Because that just shows a sharper, harsher turnaround. The horn on that graph is even hornier.
I forget. It fluctuated for a bit. It did where we weren't. And then the Bucks lost Brady. Is that just last year or something?
But anyway,
we tipped a couple times, but it's officially the Buccaneers.
Thanks to this show,
Not us.
Like I was saying, it's allowed me to take the most thorough look at this team I've ever watched basketball and realize how far they've come from the laughingstock of a giant pool of talent where everyone's drowning.
Yeah.
Or a place where talent shows up to relax for the weekend when they're almost retired and they drown. Something's wrong with the pool, right? Something's wrong with the pool.
Right.
Bunch of changes happened with pool management.
Yes.
New chemicals in the water. A bunch of dangerous parts of the pool are gone. A bunch of poisonous parts of the pool were corrected.
Damn.
And then now, think of right now, you hear the word Timberwolves basketball, you think of the number 1 defense in the league last season.
Best defense we've seen in decades.
You want to talk about a strong bench? We had the best 6-man in the league.
Yep.
You want to talk about defensive players? Had that one too. A second All-American, I believe. Your boy.
Rudy.
No, who just made second team All-American or whatever.
My first Wolves jersey since I was like 6.
Thank you.
This is Jaden, by the way. Jaden
McDaniels, what did he make? It's the defensive second All-Star
he
team,
got
right?
he got the second all defensive second team.
Yes.
Yes.
But again, look at this cast of characters. We're not talking about, Ant and Cat at this second. The acolytes that the league, not just fans, are showing guys like Naz Reid, guys like Mike Conley, guys like Jaden McDaniels. This cast of characters has not only changed the culture, but it's completely flipped the frickin' script, man. You think
Yeah.
of Timberwolves basketball right now, it's elite. It is sharp. That logo feels different when you look at it.
John Kay said as much after the Game 7 win. The Timberwolves of old are no more. We're no longer that franchise.
Since Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions, I have never seen a culture change so fast, so drastic, and so lasting in its effect, I believe personally.
Yeah. And I
don't think this ever changes. I think Minnesota
I agree.
is a winter sport, right? State of hockey.
We got Ant for at least the next 8 years.
I think players
Jaden
are going to come see
Nas
this.
going forward, and then Cat, only a couple years older.
What state wants to fill a basketball stadium more than Minnesota when it's negative 30 outside?
Exactly.
Build us the mecca of basketball.
We're being reminded how much this state loves basketball.
Do you hear about Intuit
Look at
Domes?
the damn crowds. You can hear them on TV.
Intuit Dome's cool new thing they're doing?
No,
That's the home of the Clippers coming up.
that's right.
They have so much smart technology. Same designers as SoFi.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much smart technology in there. If, let's say, Nas Reed drains a three, right, when they're up on a 6-0 run to make it, boom, 9-0, other teams got to call a timeout, right?
Right.
The announcer will go, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what section's loudest for Nas Reed. And then decibel levels go off. They actually have sensors that are picking up audio decibel levels.
It's not bullshit anymore.
And they can tell you 2071. Guess what? Boom. All 6 cannons that are shooting T-shirts that are connected to this halo around, like SoFi has, will shoot T-shirts just at 207.
Really?
It creates actual incentive for merchandise, collector gear, for fans to scream their freaking
fan
larynx
engagement.
out of their throats.
Wow, is that something?
Intuit Dome, I think, is going to be the wildest basketball and hockey destination. I don't know who's playing there, if it's the Kings, that we've seen in a very, very long time because of the fan experience they're creating.
So I think the Kings would still be part of no longer Staples Center.
Well, if Clippers played in
It's
Staples,
crypto. It's crypto.com arena now.
yeah, but I think they're all going to Intuit Dome.
All of them?
Well, Clippers are going to go there.
I thought that was specifically Steve Ballmer in the Clippers.
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's all awesome. Thank you for that.
Ballmer, I hardly knew her.
And let's nailed it. We're gonna talk a lot more about that. I didn't even get the chance to ask about Dogs Week. Dog?
It was rough.
Dog. Man. That guy. Well, good to hear. So yes, as Sodie was so anxious to do,
Saved you the crust.
let's continue with the Timberwolves. Got a few quick bits before I want to continue recapping Game 7 and then jumping into preview of
Wait
the
a
series.
minute, you talking Timberwolves?
That
You're going to bring
starts
bits, but not the
real
kibbles?
time
Kibbles.
50 minutes from now, which probably means an hour because NBA doesn't know how to tell time for tip-offs. What did you say, Sodie? I wasn't listening.
No, it's good, man.
All right.
It was a steamroll. I pushed.
Sorry.
No, it's good. No, you were solid. I steamrolled. I pushed the joke. I shouldn't have. Ow. Let's focus.
Good one, Dog. Okay, few quick news bits on the Wolves. Rudy, you already said it. First team All D. Jaden, second team All D.
Ow.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Jaden deserved it last year. Finally getting some kudos.
It's so fun.
Let's go, Jaden.
That is so much
Jaden.
fun.
How great is this jersey, by the way?
I think they should wear those for the
What
remainder
might
of
be
the
the
season.
greatest jersey in all of sports of all time,
Yep.
and my current favorite player.
Look at the throwbacks a lot of these teams are doing right now, like the 52-80 we just faced against Denver. Nothing touches just the
No.
tribal, stylistic late 90s, early 2000s, the trees.
This is our woods. This is our,
That's a beautiful jersey.
this is up north font. We live up north. It's our favorite.
Well, it's iconic. It's
Tree borders.
It
Where's
was
cool borders
Timberwolves-
these days.
it
Nobody
was
has cool
Timberwolves
borders
font.
these days.
Nobody did numbers like that until the Wolves did.
Where's the cool borders these days?
Man, remember
Trees.
the last 3 in that jersey that was playing really good basketball? Starbury.
That's right.
Let's go, babe.
Got his shoes.
Man, you stole his shoes?
Well, no, I bought them from the
Oh,
store.
nice.
Okay. Rudy first team All D. Jaden second team All D. It's awesome. And Wolves back is officially a day honored by Governor Walz.
What day?
Yesterday, May 22nd is officially Wolves Back Day. And what's great about Wolves Back Day, I'm going to read the whole proclamation. So get your drink if you need it. But here we go.
Yep.
State of Minnesota proclamation. Whereas basketball has a long, rich, and sometimes painful history in Minnesota. The Minneapolis Lakers dominated in the National Basketball Association, winning 5 championships from 1949 to 1954, before they were stolen by the coastal elites and flown to Los Angeles in 1960. The Minnesota Timberwolves were founded 29 years later, bringing professional basketball back to Minnesota in 1989. And whereas reigning champions Denver Nuggets fell to the Wolves on their home court after a lively 7-game series that included the largest Game 7 comeback in NBA history. And whereas it is the first time in 20 years since the glory days of Kevin Garnett that the Timberwolves have punched their big ticket to the Western Conference Finals. And whereas Naz Reid, and whereas Games 1 and 2 of the Western Conference Finals will be hosted at Target Center in Minneapolis. And whereas this has such a great payoff, Sodie. I'm glad you haven't seen this yet, by the way, because you would have said it.
I'm glad I'm paying attention as much as I am.
Please continue to.
Dog as well.
Yep. Thanks, Dog. Whereas young and old sports fans have a sense of optimism not often felt in Minnesota. And whereas at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024, all eyes will be north as the Timberwolves bring Western Conference Championship basketball back to Minnesota again. And let's go. Whereas Anthony Edwards extended a warm invitation to NBA legends Charles Barkley to come witness the greatness that is Minnesota. And whereas sportsmanship, camaraderie, friendship, and a variety of dining and entertainment options await Mr. Barkley and others who come to visit our state for the series. And whereas sports has the power to bring people together, and Minnesota fans are excited to cheer on our beloved Timberwolves. Now, therefore, I, Tim Wolves, Governor of Minnesota, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024 as Wolves Back Day.
Oh, I would have loved it better if he would have done Bring Your Ass Day.
It's funny you say that because you caught all those whereases in there. Whereas is a line break, and it's a new passage. The first letter of each line, follow along here. B, R, I, N, G.
Sick.
Y-A-A-S-S.
Oh.
Bring your ass.
Wait,
on the official proclamation, it's the first letter of each of those lines.
Wow.
And they snuck it in there. I think that's so cool. I love how the state has, over the course of 2 days, embraced Bring Your Ass.
Me too.
It's great. BringYourAss.com. To Explore
Seriously.
Minnesota website.
Yep.
It's just awesome.
That's all. Yep.
It's so cool. Just another offering that we can humbly accept from our 22-year-old superstar.
We are so lucky to have him.
I'm telling you. Will KG be at the game?
I heard he may make an appearance.
So
The problem is, though, he's got an obligation. I think he'll show up in the finals when we're playing Boston.
Wolves media guy.
And he'll have a half jersey like Kelsey's parents or mom did.
Oh, man, what would he do? What would he wear? Yeah, probably go halvesies.
Well, he could probably wear a Timberwolves jersey. And then if he wanted to bring an accessory, he could bring his championship ring he had from Boston. That's probably what I would do.
I like that.
Yeah.
He should wear a current Wolves jersey, though.
I just hate
but
that
with the Boston ring.
he could wear a ring.
That's not us.
And it would be a championship that Kevin won.
Yeah.
In a different uniform.
Yeah, I don't like it. Okay. From Timberwolves, media guy, Dane Moore, talking with Kat. Kat was asked if he's talked to Kevin Garnett at all in advance of the Western Conference Finals. I quote Kat, I talk to KG a lot. We've had great conversations. I just utilize his wisdom, his experience, yada, 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 yada. I've been very fortunate to have one of the best vets of all time. It's pretty cool. Dane then asked if he's convinced KG to come to a game, to which Kat said, quote, I convinced him before to come to the Prince game, right?
Hey, can you do me a favor?
I may possibly do it again.
Oh.
He's got to show up.
Don't say Cat that loud. You're going to get Dog all amped up.
Dog, it's a player. It's an NBA player.
You can say Cat. Don't shout Cat because then he thinks he needs to be angry at it. Which I get.
Good point. Sorry, Dog.
He's loyal.
He's a good boy. That would be great if KG showed up. That would just be awesome.
You know, it'd be great if I could get this one hair that's poking me in the nose.
Ooh, I feel like I heard that come out of you. Gross, dude.
Thanks.
What else we got? We got, for the last bit, we'll do a little recap, Reggie Miller, who does some announcing.
From the Pacers?
That's right. Mm-hmm. He does some announcing. He had Reggie's Tears back in October.
He was a Hair and Shoulders guy, wasn't he?
Head and Shoulders?
Yeah.
He's bald.
Yeah, dang it.
So I don't think so. He's a Wendy's guy right now.
Oh, really?
He had the 3-point record before Steph.
Okay.
Great guy. He had a tiers list, an official Western Conference tiers list back in October at the start of the season. Would you like to see it?
Tiers as in like
Best teams. Yep, a tiered team list.
Okay, not like some team you would cry about if they won.
Nope.
Like which team would make a better team?
TIER.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Western Conference. Who he has in the first tier? Nuggets, Suns, Kings, Thunder.
Wow.
You got 2 of them right.
Mm-hmm.
In the second tier, Pelicans, Grizzlies, Clippers, Lakers, Warriors.
Wow.
So that right there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those are the top 9 seeds right there. In the who to watch tier, Dallas and Houston. This motherfucker didn't think Wolves were going to be a top 11 seed.
Really?
And we were won a majority of the season, finished 3, 1 game out of 1.
Did you?
I thought we were going to finish top 4 in the West. I really did. 100% I did.
I think they far
they have.
out.
They still have. They absolutely have.
My expectations.
They absolutely have. Did not see the defense being what it is.
This coaching staff,
yes,
should be given the key to the city and a max contract.
I feel like if we finish with the first seed, which we were 1 game out of, Finch may have got Coach of the Year. In which case, it'd be 6th Man of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Social Justice Champion of the Year, and Teammate of the Year.
I don't want an award that says a bunch of people who vote on things in the league say he was the best. You know what he did? He led all of the best young men this country has to offer to the Olympics to represent their country. That, to me, is the greatest honor a coach can receive. He was the Olympic coach.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Herb Brooks? Of course you have.
I sure have. Minnesota. Very cool. What was I saying before that? Yeah. No, you're correct. Far exceeded expectations. I didn't see the defense being what it was. I didn't see us being a 1 seed for the majority of the season. Okay. So super quick. We've already done it kind of sparsely, but little Game 7 recap. I'm just breathing in every bit of news that comes out about this, man. I can't get enough. This is what I live for. It's been so good. In a stressful time at work, having the Wolves do what they haven't done for 20 years, and it's just one of my teams, and the way they're doing it, as Ernie Johnson from TNT, RIP after the season, said, they have that thing. They have that thing. And I'm a believer of the thing. I'm an absolute believer of the thing. 2009, Vikings versus Saints.
Don't.
Right?
Don't.
We were absolutely the better team.
Still there.
All season long. 9 times out of 10, we win that game.
If you brought both those rosters back right now,
it's no question,
and laced them up, Brett would still beat Drew.
So we effectively lost that game, right?
Barring visitation.
4 lost fumbles.
Yep.
4 lost fumbles. You can't do it. Refs ended up giving it to him on the final drive, and then Favre threw across his body. It was a Hurricane Katrina season. The Saints had that thing.
You don't want to get started on that.
So many teams who win championships, you can always point to a thing.
The
where
movie
it's,
rights.
where it's a little bit written on the wall.
The movie rights.
You know?
Whichever one's.
Good point. I'm not saying it's written on the wall, and I won't say it because I'm fucking scared right now. Okay? But Ernie said we have that thing. And I can't help but to agree with him.
Oh. We deserve this.
Again, I'm fucking scared.
I told you this.
Coming back 20 and winning Game 7.
You don't have to be scared.
I've remained on cloud 9.
George, I told you this show.
It's a different team, right? It's a different franchise. The pool management changed. Did it not?
Our Timberwolves tried to cross the road, and an 18-wheeler with change imprinted into the steel of the front of that truck.
God, I love your analogies.
Piled through that pack of wolves, and guess what?
That's right.
Guess what? Guess what survived? None of the animals, because that's an 18-wheeler versus essentially a dog. The spirit.
Careful, dude.
The idea. What?
Dog right
He's
there.
domesticated.
Okay, good point.
He doesn't go outside long enough for one of his paws to get cold.
Good point.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
But that spirit survived. And I think for us, this will forever be the most magical franchise that we experience. I think, honestly, a lot of our generation, kids like us, grew up with Kevin Garnett, Stephon Marbury, Malik Sealy, R.I.P., Wally Zerbiak, Latrell Sprewell. Had his shoes. I played junior high basketball. I was wearing Sprees, dude. I don't know how my parents allowed me to do that, to spend money on something so superficial. You know why? I know why. Because it seemed important to me.
Exactly.
And they made it important. Yeah. They made it happen. But anyway.
Great shoes.
We had to watch this. I mean, look at my brother. One of my favorite people to ever walk the face of the earth. Grew up always standing behind this team. And the Vikings and the Twins, everybody, right?
Always.
But the Timberwolves, he was always a basketball guy. He always had to convince me. Here's what they're doing differently. And there were plenty of years where he told me, yeah, no. It's just, no. We don't have it.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah, it's obvious.
We don't have what it takes.
No.
And what freaks me out the most about this season, he's been silent.
We absolutely have what it takes. That's why.
Like when I call him, like, how about the moves? He goes, yup. That's it. Because he doesn't want to say, he doesn't want to be like, yeah, we do.
Exactly. No, our best is better than anybody in the league's best.
It's so.
And we've shown that we're capable of, like, we've shown we're capable of being boneheads.
Rookie quarterbacks.
But we're capable of our best, too.
If you look at teams right now and what they're consistent of and their ceiling, we may not be the most consistent. Yeah, but our ceiling fucking shatters anything anybody else has put. When our guys are dialed in.
It's the best defense we've seen in 30 years.
When our guys are dialed in, again, you feel that culture change, right?
Yes.
You think of the Wolves.
Yes.
You think of dominant defense.
Yes.
You think of guys shutting stuff down. Ants on 2-3 teams breaking through until he can't. And he's finding the guy that's open.
Yeah.
Every game.
So
We've never
year,
had this product of basketball in our lifetime.
No.
We were close with KG and guys like that.
04. It's not the same.
We thought that was good. This team could beat that team.
The Lakers
handedly.
The Lakers had no. Okay, we were missing Sam Cassell because of his big nuts, but the Lakers made the 04 Wolves look terrible in the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
A lot of that has to do with Sam Cassell for sure.
T-Mac.
Either way, no, it's not the same. We never had a team like this,
and it's abnormal. It's alien, and it feels unsafe to us. It's stranger danger. We don't want to get in the van with this guy. We don't want to say, yeah, let's drive around the block. See what happens, man. Right? Let's have fun. Because this is scary. It's unknown territory. But like I said, for me, this show has told me, regardless, it's going to be something to talk about. So I've got to go into this with the most HALE, high aspiration, low expectation mentality. And actually, this brings up my phrase, ominous positivity. It's my phrase of the week. I want to start a little phrase of the week. This is a cool thing called ominous positivity, where, like, if I was a hypnotist, I would try this on somebody. Basically, what ominous positivity is, a statement of fact where you will be fine, and you have no choice about that. Everything will turn out okay. You can't stop it. You will succeed. It's inevitable. Better days are already coming, and guess what? It's too late now. It's already in motion. That's ominous positivity. And I think that's kind of where Vikings and Timberwolves fans, Vikings fans especially, have always wanted to be.
Yeah.
And Timberwolves fans now are standing on that doorstep where we don't want to swallow those words.
Yeah.
Where, wow, better days are on the way. We're looking at not only just a generational team, but a generational team where probably 75 to 80% of it's going to be here for the next 5 years. Obviously, maybe not big chunks. I said 75 because I think we could lose a big contract, maybe, but
Rudy's 31, which is kind of, but Rudy's 31, is Cat 28, 20? How old is Cat?
Either way, I don't see us slowing down anytime soon. And it's really, really exciting.
Do I really have to spell out Karl Anthony Towns? He's 28. Rudy is 31, Cat's 28, Edwards 22. This is like Magic and Kareem, dude. Sorry if that sounds stupid, because that could end up being an absolute stupid take.
What do you mean?
Matt, because Kareem was the old ass vet, and then
what about Pippen?
And not relevant to this right now. I'm talking about the Lakers.
Oh, sorry.
Magic is Ant. Kareem is Cat, I suppose. I think there was a little bit bigger of a difference. But they look at all the championships they won together. Even with the
Was there a big difference?
Even with the age difference, yes.
Between Jordan and Pippen? Pippen did a lot.
I'm not talking about them.
Okay.
It's Kareem and Magic because they had an age difference and they won 5 championships.
But yeah.
That's the comparison I'm making. Cat and Ant. There's an age difference, but they can thrive together.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think didn't Pippen and Jordan have a similar age gap?
Did they?
And that's what I'm saying. Pippen's actually a term I want to use now as like a bro term. Like if you helped
Michael
me,
Jordan 61.
Pippen was older.
Pippen was 3 years younger.
Frick. He looked older. He was tired.
He did. He did look older.
He was tired.
You're right. I didn't know that.
But anyway, that's a term I'd like to start, like a bro term. Like the other day, I can't remember what it was, but you probably did me a solid and a favor. I'm like, dude, Georgie was such a Pippin the other day. This is what he did. Listen. And it's just a solid, like, set you up for success type bro.
Sure.
Such a Pippin.
Make it a J-Mac.
We could do that.
Make it a J-Mac.
We're not going to make it a Kevin Durant.
Damn right we're not. Because
You hit the wrong one.
It worked.
We're not going to make it a Kevin Durant. Ow. Dog.
Love that. It's always going to be
You
great.
cracked me up.
Always going to be great.
He's always got a bone to pick.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I love it all. I've been, like I said, I'm killing it over there. I've been on Cloud 9. It's something I'm not familiar with. It's absolutely great. I'm trying my best to enjoy it. It's hard not to be fucking scared. Anyways, that said, Sodie.
Yes, ma'am.
Sodie.
Yep.
Western Conference Finals.
We're in it. I'm alive to see it. We're playing basketball.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Dog.
Predictions. Early predictions.
You know what? Give me a second. I want your predictions first, and I'm going to play something real quick.
My predictions are I could see this series. You could tell me the series ends a number of ways. I'm not going to be surprised at all of it. Part of that is because, like I mentioned earlier, the Wolves have stretches, especially during that 3-game skid against the Nuggets, where we just look like boneheads, where we can't figure it out. Our offense comes from our defense, and when our defense is kind of struggling and they're hitting every damn shot, the offense can't seem to figure it out. I'm worried we can show that. For whatever reason, you never expect it. It comes out of nowhere. We can play like boneheads.
Yep.
But then we can figure it out and play at our absolute peak. And holy shit. So,
do you know why I think what's happening is happening? The term chip, chair, and a chance comes to mind.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Common Man talks about that all the time.
Okay.
The new coach hire, how was that received?
Mostly well.
Okay. Yeah,
It
but
was mostly
Gobert trade,
terrible.
right?
Terrible. I backed it from the start.
Cat's attitude with guys like, your father, what's his name?
I'd like to
Fucking
talk
Jimmy
again about
Buckets.
Cat because if you remember our last episode, you had some great points about Cat that I agree
Well,
with.
hang on. You wanted my predictions for this
He proved us wrong.
for this series, right?
Yes.
My predictions for this series is an unstoppable force meets a slightly less movable object than we just did.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a blowout.
Oh.
I don't think here. You know what? Here's what I think. Right here. Ready?
Did you really tell the locker room staffer in Denver you were going to be back for
Hell
Game 7?
yeah. They know. I was in there. Yeah, I told them. I said, I see y'all motherfuckers for Game 7.
Of why this series ain't coming back.
Here's Draymond Green.
Number one, the big Frenchman is sitting on that podium, speaking his native language. We need to do this.
Fuck you, Draymond.
Hang on.
Why is he part of this crew?
It ain't
Coming to me.
They hated
I believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves
Stephen A.
are going to win the world championship. Wow. I think they're going to win it all.
I have not been to Minnesota in probably 20 years.
Bring your ass.
Hey.
I had them all in handcuffs.
This is Timberwolves basketball.
I've listened to this my whole life.
I think this is Timberwolves basketball. I think it's an absolute battle. I think it's a grueling, excruciating, come from behind multiple games. Guys got to dig. I think guys are going to get tweaked. I think guys are going to get banged up. I think guys are going to have to hit the ice table immediately after the game and take that day off, make everything of it to come back and be great the next game. It's going to take it all. Every game. From all these boys, but I have not seen a Wolves squad that I think can deliver on a nightly basis at a high level like these boys can. I'm in.
Amazing. That's great. I'm
sweaty.
Christ, man. I'm as optimistic, and then as soon as I feel myself getting there, I got to reel myself back in. And
Why?
I know, right? Thank you.
Why?
I know, because pool management has changed.
Halfway through the roller coaster,
I know,
do you remind yourself it's going to end and it could
No.
go flying off the tracks?
That's
No,
a
you
great
say,
point.
thank God I'm here, baby.
I love that
I'm
point.
here right now.
Love
Upside
that
down,
point.
corkscrew. Woo!
Such a good point.
Come on.
Such
Enjoy
a good
it.
point. That said,
Such a Soten. I was the same way.
no, I agree.
We're programmed.
We
We're
are.
programmed like that.
So talking about the Mavs, you can't, in any circumstance, rule out the combination of Luka and Kyrie, or as some people affectionately refer to as Lukai, which I think it should be. I had it this morning. Kyruka? That's stupid. Kyluka? Kai.
You can just call it Kuka.
Lukai. You can't count them out. Two of the most skilled players on offense the game has ever seen. Absolutely, two of the most skilled the game has ever seen. There's no question. They have also been turning up the knob on defense. They now have defensive highlight reels. Two guys who have always been traffic cones for their career. They have defensive highlight reels.
Do they, though?
They do. For the playoffs. I'll say for the playoffs. They've kicked it in. Since the trade deadline, when they added P.J. Washington and Daniel Gafford, their defense has been towards the top.
Yep.
Not as good as ours, but a lot better in around top 10. Right?
How many defensive accolades or
Zero.
Oh, you're gonna awards? I was gonna say. Did that
Zero.
team win?
Yeah, 0.
How did they rank defensively? Do you think were they top 10 even?
By the end of the season, no. Again, completely different team after the trade deadline.
Okay. Think of our offense.
Mm-hmm.
The term laceration comes to mind.
Okay.
That Dallas defense, game 1, is going to be lacerated by our offense, and they are going to be suffocated by this defense. They have not faced a two-headed monster like this yet, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Truly.
Three-headed monster, four-headed monster, if you count Jaden. 5 if you count Kyle Anderson. He's 6'9".
6 if you count Nas.
I already had counted him.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Who'd you leave out? Nah.
Yeah, I left Nah out because he's not tall.
And the guy we got in the Gobert trade that nobody should have done, right?
It wasn't even the Gobert trade. It was a Conley trade.
That one.
Even better than the Gobert trade. That trade doesn't get talked about enough. We traded D'Angelo Russell
Yeah. Who didn't want to be here.
for Mike Conley.
Didn't want to play.
Mike Conley.
Didn't want to be part of this.
A million times better of a point guard than D'Angelo could ever hope to be is Mike Conley.
Woo!
And he's 36.
And just they happen to toss in Nah.
In 3 seconds?
Woo!
It's
Calm down, dog.
seriously, dog, take it easy. It's nobody ever talks about that trade, and it's the reason why we're in this position.
Woo.
Christ almighty. Okay. I'm going to stand by my point. You can't rule out any team that has two of the most gifted offensive skill players that the game has ever seen.
Warriors.
Them too. And
You can rule them out.
And they won 4 Well, okay, this year we can, for sure. They're not on that same level. My point stands.
Suck a dream.
Kyrie and Luka can do anything. So, defensive.
You gonna quote Kevin Garnett now?
Anything is possible. Defensive assignments. Ant has said he's guarding Kyrie. Love the matchup. He's
Really?
also said that's one of his hardest guards in the league,
I don't think that's the matchup.
which makes sense. Ant said it.
I don't think it's the matchup.
No, I agree. I think everybody's guarding
I
everybody.
think I think your boy's on Kyrie.
Everyone's saying my boy on Luka, but I don't know.
Nope.
I kind of agree with that. Let's get length.
Yep.
Let's get length on him.
Yep. I
Where he
think-
doesn't expect a hand to come into his.
I think Jaden suffocates 80% of the passes that Kyrie can sneak around smaller guys.
Yeah. Right.
Think of a goalie, right?
His pump fakes are less effective.
If you got a
because
goalie
it's harder
that's
to make the
6'8",
pass.
does he back into the goal? No, he gets in front of it because it creates a larger surface area. I think having that shield, that dome of Jaden McDaniels in front of Kyrie is going to frustrate a guy who does not want to run around the court all day to get open in Luka. And guess who he's running from?
Yeah.
A guy that could probably play corner in the league, Anthony Edwards.
This is the thing.
Hello?
I love it.
Give me one more.
This is why I'm with you, because I think I'm glad we didn't do this. After we had lost 3 straight to the Nuggets, I was like, fuck it. Let's put Ant on Jokic because he's quicker. He has leverage from below, so maybe Jokic can't back him down because Ant's super strong. Yep. I was willing to try anything at that point. I would not mind. I would love. Let's put Ant on Luka. Let's frustrate him. Let's pester him. Put Ant on Luka.
I just said that.
I know you did. I'm getting to it. I think we can also put Kyle Anderson is an effective Luka defender. Kyle Anderson was trash last series.
Yeah.
I think he can be effective against Luka.
I think he has to prove more before we put him in that spot.
I think Kat and Nas could also guard Luka.
Yeah.
I think they could. Seeing what they did against Jokic, someone who moves methodically,
I need to
slower,
see
who isn't, who doesn't rely on speed, relies on deceptiveness and timing.
I need to see a harder return to D from Kat to put him on that level.
Did you not see what he just did last game against Jokic?
Yes,
like I said,
God. But consistently,
Kat's been really good on defense this pretty much like 90% of the year.
If you look at the last guy to cross half court every play, who's your number one culprit?
Okay, are you talking about when he goes driving into the lane and he falls down and everyone gets a head start?
Last guy.
It's not always.
He's shooting three. He's shooting threes now, right? So Gobert and Nas or whoever's playing down low should never cross before.
Yeah, I don't think that's true, though. Okay. I feel like that's not that much of a thing.
Do you notice Luka, another player? Or no?
He is a player.
Sorry. Guy we're going against.
Right, Doug.
The Mavericks player, not Luka.
Kyrie.
Nope. The other one. No, it is Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I was going to say, you don't know.
I always think it's Luka Jokic. Jokic and Doncic. They get me screwed up.
I can see it.
These white guys all look the same. But
damn it.
Don't do a Viking horn.
I didn't know what to do. There's nothing there. I was going to do trombone. There it is. Damn.
But anyway. Yep. Do they both own horses or that's just Joker?
That's Joker.
All right. But Doncic. God, I forgot what I was saying.
He's great. Say that. Because he's great.
No, yeah. He was one of the top players I saw that would turn around, chirp to the refs, have a quick conversation, and then last guy to cross the half court on defense, right? Yeah. So now the Mavs are playing 4-on-5.
Luka, he talks to the refs a lot. He's a complainer.
If you had to say one player on our team this season did more of that than anybody else, who is it?
Talking to the refs this year?
And crossing half court last so the Wolves are playing 4-on-5 defense. It's Cat. I'm sorry.
That hasn't been Cat this year. The complainer to the ref this year
is it because he tore his leg?
It's been Ant. No, Cat this year has not been a ref complainer. Compared to the elite ref complainers. He has not been close. Ant, on the other hand,
you'd have to pull that to a percentage. I would say time on court versus time last guy across. No, I'd say last guy across half court.
Sure. There's a metric somewhere.
There's got to be.
You got to be.
I guarantee you, Cat.
You got to be.
Again, I think he's turned a new leaf.
Mm-hmm.
He's obviously in the catnip.
It's the Zen Cat. It's the Zen Cat that we need. Calm. He had so many nice moves these last 2 games where he waited for them to do something so he could counteract it because he's so skilled. When he puts his head down and just goes barging in because I'm stronger and bigger and better than you, he fucks up. Every time he does the opposite, it's great.
If somebody told me we'd have to go through everything we had to do at the beginning with him, and then after all that, we'd get this guy, I'm in.
Oh, let's go. Okay, well, official prediction. Wolves in
7.
7.
Yep. I think the Netflix crew is still following Anthony Edwards. And I think the more game 7s he's involved in and the more drama.
I forget about that.
Yeah. They didn't stop.
The scene.
They were there with him during the regular season. Do you think they stopped now that he's having a Michael Jordan-esque season?
How much money
he's leading a trash franchise out of the rubbish to the top of the mountain?
How much money?
Do you think they just go, We got enough.
Sodie.
Thanks.
Sodie,
We'll just hit the clipping room.
how much money is Netflix feeding to Adam Silver? Just saying, this motherfucker has to go. But they're going to make it into Game 7s.
Why do
So
you
there's more content.
Why do you think ownership that was trying to get rid of the team is
You gotta be right.
sitting there across the court from A-Rod going, I'm not done. I'm not done,
Not
man.
done.
They're talking movie rights. Movie rights.
For real.
I'm going to go nowhere.
There will be a second, what was the Adam Sandler basketball movie?
Oh, I never saw it.
Where the Anson. This is
The
going to be number
Ants
2,
in, yeah.
but he's going to be a star.
Uncut
Somehow.
Gems?
That's right. Nope, that's not it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It was pretty good.
Similar addiction, though.
With Juancho.
Juancho.
Juancho Hernan Gomez.
I need to borrow some suedes.
Nachos. Great movie.
I'll
Nacho
never
Libre.
leave you.
Don't be crazy. Nacho Libre. We're not. These are movie lines. We're not.
Is that
Come on,
top
guys.
5 Jack Black for you? Is that Rushmore Jack
Yes.
Black?
Yes. That is. Oh,
What's your Rushmore Jack Black?
okay, that's coming up. That's coming up.
School-
Patreon.com/the second office. That's coming up.
School of Rocks in there.
Probably. Stop right now. Stop. Stop it. That's great. Oh, Sodie's great. Okay. My official opinion, Wolves in 6.
Oh, really?
Yes. My confidence, my overconfidence says Wolves in 5. If we play like we are capable of playing, we will sweep them. If we play like we are capable of playing, we will sweep them.
Georgie, did you perform to what you are capable of performing to today in your life?
No.
Yesterday?
No. Don't scare me like that. See,
David-
this is why I'm fucking scared, because it's hard to be your best.
No, that's fine. We're
But this-
normal. They're not normal.
Okay, thank you.
These are animals. These are Timberwolves.
fucking go.
These are Timberwolves.
Let's go.
And they are hungry, and they know what it means to this town, and they're sick of it.
That's great.
With that interview with Kat, and they're sitting there going, how much we got to lose? How much you want to? We've been
best
losing for
interview
20
I've ever
years.
seen.
Goddamn.
Goddamn.
How much you want us to?
How much you want us to
They
lose? Goddamn.
understand. They're not even from here, and they get it because they've heard it.
It was so good.
I love these kids.
Been losing for 20 years.
We don't deserve these young men, but they're here now, and I'm gonna run with the pack. I'm gonna run with them. God, I'm so excited.
Me too. Really excited. Game time's in 10 minutes.
What are we doing here?
I'm telling you. Okay, a couple things. More than a couple things.
What?
I don't know, man.
Pre-game.
Yeah, it's coming up.
I want to watch this.
I got good things. Okay? We're going to watch.
We'll do more after.
You're right. Wolves, baby.
Dude,
We got game 1 coming up.
game 1 of the Western Conference Finals is right now. It's 10 minutes away, Alec. George. The same year you decided to say, you know what? Fuck it. We're doing a podcast. Look at what we're talking about right now. Did you ever think, one,
No,
you
never.
and I would sit in a room and talk about
Never.
the Wolves in a Western Conference Finals?
No, it's
Or the fact that we'd have a show where
I don't know how many times we can say it. This
We
this
get to talk
territory is
about
so unfamiliar, and I can't get enough of it right now. I can't get enough of it. I'm pacing during every game. My wife's pissed at me. Also, shout out to my wife. She has been loving this Timberwolves run, and she is watching sports with me, and I love it. And she's getting into it. This has never happened before. I still piss her off with how I get during these games. I was one play away from turning Game 7 off. Denver goes on that 5-0 run at the end of the half. Or sorry, at the beginning of the second half. And then the Timberwolves have the ball. And it may have been a shot clock violation or something. It was bad. I said, Emily, if there's one more offensive possession like that, I might turn it off.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't have, because I've said that before. And that's when the run started.
Oh. Yep.
And that's when it all started.
It's kind of like what I talked about with the ominous positivity, right? That's a place. You can go there, right? It has to do with being a Wolves fan. It has to do with being a Minnesota sports fan. We're there right now, you and I together, Alec. And all I can say to everyone else listening, bring your ass.
Bring your ass. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Love you, Sodie. Love you, dog.
Let's go Wolves.